Hello, my name is Josette Douglas Jansen, and I am here to speak to you about the USA UK Language Learning app. This is Rolf Eischinger, a 59-year-old CEO from Mönchengladbach, Germany, who loves traveling to the Caribbean, and he also enjoys puttering around his garden. However, he struggles to communicate with his peers in English. The goals and motivations for Rolf are: he needs to find a more effective language tool to help him communicate more effectively with colleagues. He also needs to find a tool that does not take up too much of his time. And he needs to find a way to be more comfortable with using the apps for translation and pronunciation. To help Rolf communicate more effectively with his staff and partners, Rolf needs a way to learn conversational English faster. However, this learning process cannot take up too much of his time from his busy business day. The challenges being faced are as follows. Rolf does not have a lot of time during the day to practice his English. He also gets frustrated and stops practicing because he thinks he sounds funny. He does not like the current learning apps available to him. He wants to chat with native speakers. He also thinks that using a service such as Bing Translate gives him incorrect translations. As we move on to the wireframing of Rolf's app, we start with your splash screen and your onboarding process, which is followed by your sign-up process. After you have signed up and inputted your password, you are then taken to your categories for this app. You have your business vocabulary, core vocabulary, and your nouns and verbs. On the next screen, you are given the opportunity to either put in your own words, voice recorded words with playback, or use flashcards. You are also given the preference of voices. You can use a male or female with a USA or UK accent and pronunciation. You are also given a daily reminder for daily words, which you can turn on or off. The next screen is your lesson screen. You have sentences which you can voice record and play back, or you can listen to the bot. You can also listen to the enunciation and pronunciation of the bot before you record and play back. The next level is the quiz level. You are given questions based on what you've learned. You are given questions based on the spelling in the USA and UK context. After you've completed your test and you are given the results, if you have answered the questions incorrectly, or at least one of the questions incorrectly, you are then given a review lesson. On clicking the review lesson button, you are then taken back to the lesson to go over what you have learned before. You are then given the opportunity to retake the quiz. Once you have retaken the quiz and answered all the questions correctly, you receive a message stating that you've completed your quiz, and you are given the opportunity to move on to your next lesson or exit the app. The direct tasks for usability testing were as follows. 1. Sign-up process. 2. Add vocabulary words. 3. Set a daily word reminder. And 4. Practice vocabulary translations. On completion of usability testing, there were some failure points. One of the major failure points was the sign-up process. The user hated the sign-up process. He wanted a quick solution and was not interested in logging in with a password. He stated he had no time to try remembering passwords. A second failure point was the add vocabulary words. The user got confused with the own words category, did not like that he could not write or speak conversational English, and could not figure out where to store his words. The daily word reminder was also a problem. He did not want to learn generic words as a word reminder. He wanted something more efficient. And the practice vocabulary word translation lessons, the user was not interested in learning vocabulary the traditional way. Based on the pushback I received, I came up with some potential solutions. The first one was to create a different sign-in process. This sign-in process came with a one-time authentication code. The user comes in, gives their email address, an authentication code is sent to their email. They retrieve that authentication code from their email, input it here, enter, and that is their one-time sign-up authentication. The category own words was confusing to the user, so that has been rectified by changing it to add your own words. That way the user know exactly where to go to add their words. And then when they click on the user such as Rolf, they click on Rolf's words, they are able to bring up all the words that they've added and saved. The users found the daily word reminder too generic for them. So what was done is a click box was added. When there is a check mark in this click box, Rolf or any user is able to send the words that they have saved during their day or during their time in the app. Those words are sent to them for their learning. If the box is unclicked, then generic words are sent to them. Another issue that the users had with the app is that they thought that the learning was too traditional with traditional questions. So on the home page, we have given an option where the users can learn conversational English with a bot. The users now have the opportunity to log into a chat room and have written English conversations with a bot. Now that we've finished our first usability testing and have made some improvements to the app, our next step would be to improve the conversational chat. We would also like to do more usability testing for future upgrades and updates. Also, we would like to add a human option as part of the conversational chat, and also to implement word challenge chat games for our users. What have I learned from usability testing? The pros of this is that usability testing is a very important aspect of developing an app. Also, my way of seeing things is not the only way to see things. There are many different angles that you can see things from. It also helps to be able to organize your thoughts into an orderly design. The cons that I found from this is that it is very hard not to add more information than is needed for a wireframing. Also, this process is very, very, very time consuming. My name is Josette Douglas Jansen, and this is my presentation for usability testing. Thank you.